Hi. So, how are you doing, my friends? Hey, it's Halloween week, time when we all get kind of much closer to the spirit world, the spirit realms, and all the help they want to give us, all the advice they got. So, a good time for another tarot reading, I think. There'll be another one in the series that I started on the weekend about kind of Christianity and witchcraft and which one's the devil and all the different faiths and belief systems. But let's do a tarot reading for now because that's what this channel is based on. After all, I'm using the Wonderland Tarot in Wonderland. Absolutely love this deck, and it's a real fantasy land kind of a deck. But I think that's quite appropriate, really, because you know, it is all a bit fantastical when we start talking about spirit guides and the divine realms and the angels. It's very true stuff, it's very real, and the influence they have is certainly very real indeed. I feel it every day. I talk to them all the time. Any of you who meditate will be kind of doing the same thing, even if you don't meditate. I suppose we've all got the spirit realms working for us all the time. But whenever we kind of come away from thinking about that kind of thing, even like maybe at the end of this video you'll go and watch another video about like reselling or cars or something like that, who knows, whatever turns you on. And when we do that, we're straight back into that world where people don't really want us to believe this stuff. People want to keep it in the realms of fantasy. But I like this fantastical deck, Tarot in Wonderland, because it actually takes us into that idea that things are a bit more fantastical than they seem, and a lot of that fantasy is actually a real thing, and it's never more real than when you get a tarot reading or a spiritualist reading. I'm a medium, I do those as well. Maybe even astrology, that's actually all about the real stars that are in the real world. When you get a thing like that, it always underlines how real it is, and that's why I like doing readings, and that's why I like having this channel as much as anything. It's my hobby as well. A lot of people kind of won't subscribe because sometimes I make videos about different things, and in this modern world of YouTube, we're all supposed to just stick to doing one thing, making videos about one thing only. And I fell for that for quite a long time, but I'm changing. I'm just going to do my thing because I think that's what really matters. And whatever advice the tarot's got for us today, it's always going to come down to doing that one thing. So I'm shuffling now, and I'm going to pull 12 cards in a row. There'll be one card for each star sign as we go. So keep it real, keep it big brother, keep it right here. Okay, we are coming up to Halloween, so the spiritual influences are getting that much stronger and are coming closer towards us. And it's another thing where we've got to do what academics call suspending our disbelief, because the world makes us disbelief. So turn that off, suspend it, cut that faucet off. Or turn off the tap if you're British like me. And let's get started with a card for the sign of Sagittarius. And the top one I've got here, the Knight of Swords. Now, when we're dealing with swords, it's air sign energy. It is very airy influence. The swords are all about making decisions, and they are, going to have to be practical decisions to really make the most of the thing. But Gemini, Libra and Aquarius are involved here. Now, this is the card for the sign of Aries, so look for the air signs, so Gemini, Libra and Aquarius in your birth chart. If you haven't got a birth chart, you can get them free from any of the astrology websites. If you want a really deep, detailed one that goes into all the asteroid alignments and absolutely everything, email me 35and83@gmail.com, and I'll very happily send you a full birth chart for a small fee. I'm afraid it's how I make my living. I've got to do something, as goodness knows this world doesn't want to throw money at any of us, least of all me. But here we've got the Knight of Swords, and he is very forward thrusting. He's kind of demanding that you make this decision straight away, that you actually get moving now. And he's only seeing half the picture. He's only really seeing it his way. the Knight of Swords. So this is for you, Aries. That ram-like energy you've got will punch through anything, will power through anything, and will take you forward for sure. But are you ready to go forward yet? If not, don't worry, because these things go in cycles and you will get another chance. And maybe you want to wait until the time's right. It's up to you, because the Knight of Swords will go ahead and do his own thing anyway, whether you go along with him or not. So don't be pressured into anything. But there is, excuse me, there is a pressing decision coming to you, Aries. Let me have another drink of tea. My beloved Earl Grey tea. I do like it. So the Knight of Swords is really trying to get you moving, really trying to get you to do something. And if the energy's right with you, Aries, you go ahead and do it, my friends. Okay. But if the energy's not right, you just don't feel this is the moment, and maybe you know that you need to get more information before you take that big decision, then, you know, it's an air sign card, and the answers are blowing in the wind, and sooner or later the wind will blow the right way to bring you the answers. So don't worry about it. Go with the flow by all means, but going with the flow, it's got to be your own flow, you know. It's no good getting caught up in someone else's plan. You've got to work on you. That's what it's all about. Okay, so Taurus, what have we got for Taurus? We have got the Seven of Cups for the star sign of Taurus. Now then, Cups energy, water signs involved here, and this is Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. So look out for those people around you, Taurus, or those signs in your birth chart, as I was saying. And here's Alice standing in front of this, I want to say triptych. It's not really a triptych, is it? But it's lots of images which don't seem to relate to each other. But that really is what they've got in common, is that none of them have got anything in common. So it's kind of confusing. And Alice is doing the right thing here. She's turning away from it, and she's looking straight at the camera. She's looking forward, really. And Alice is a very kind of upbeat character. She's always very positive. And it's not easy for us always to be that positive, Taurus. It really isn't. But, you know, turn away from all these illusory things, because, you know, there's a lot of illusions in this world that get in the way of us seeing the real thing. And that's one of those crazy things about life, isn't it? Because when you believe in the tarot, when you believe in anything kind of spiritual, witchcraft or Jesus, you know, or anything like that, people will always try and tell you that, oh, that's crazy, that doesn't make any sense. And for them, that is what these crazy misaligned pictures are all about. But there's two candles there, one either side of her, so there's balance there. She's just turned away from them because she's got to keep on playing the Alice game, and she's got to keep on playing it the Alice way. So there you go, Taurus. Moving along swiftly, let's pick up the deck and shuffle some more, see what we come up with. And I'm going to have another drink of tea. Better to have a drink of tea than start coughing and stuff like that. So I'm slowly learning over the years to take my time with these readings, just to let the information filter through. Anyway, what card will we have for the sign of Gemini? Gemini are forever optimistic. It doesn't always work out, but, you know, the optimism is good. It's no matter what's going on around you, Gemini, and everyone else, actually. If you've got an optimistic view of things, if you believe things can be good, then they're more likely to work out that way. Okay, but here we go, Gemini. Now, this is the Six of Cups. So it's Cups energy again, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. But this is for you, Gemini. So examine what those signs might mean to you for sure. And the Six of Cups, it's a really nice scene, okay? I'd really like to eat one of those trifly, cakey things in whatever they are, cups or glasses that are, well, cups, I guess, because it's the Six of Cups. I'd really enjoy eating one of those right now, I'm sure. But would it actually do me any good? Is that a bit actually too fantastical? Is it actually maybe not the healthiest life choice? Well, you know, that healthy life choices, there's plenty in the air about making healthy life choices at the moment. And I guess there always has been. But it's important to make this healthy choice, Gemini, okay? We can see in the, right at the top, far in the distance behind them, there's a purple elephant flying there, and it's kind of got butterfly wings. So this is saying something, Gemini, something is a bit pie in the sky around you. So evaluate things carefully, really. Make sure you're not being driven by kind of romantic beliefs about how good things were in the past, because life has changed and the past has gone and moved on. And also make sure, you know, in a more positive way, make sure you're not kind of putting anything off because something didn't work out in the past. It can work out in the future, Gemini. It really can. And if no one wants to come along with you on your plan, well, that's the Gemini thing. Ever optimistic, but it's always good to be optimistic. Is it not? Okay, so that brings us to the sign of Cancer. Let's see what we've got for Cancer. And we've got a Knight again. This time it's the Knight of Wands. So this is fire sign energy, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And it looks very Leo indeed, doesn't it here? So look out for that energy around you, Cancer. And again, he's going forward. He's going to do his own thing, whatever happens, because he's convinced of his own kind of ability to make progress. But this is more about making progress than it is about making decisions. Fire is kind of like that, really. You know, if the house is on fire, you don't stand around thinking, well, you know, should I kind of get out of the house? Should I call the fire brigade? There's no point me calling the fire brigade because there's no way you'd ever get a fire engine to my house. It's right in the middle of the countryside. It's been here for hundreds of years. So that's why I think very carefully and I try not to start a fire in the first place. But the fiery energy, it just does what it does. There's no kind of real stopping it. You can mitigate fire, you can make it a bit easier to deal with, but there is no way at all of stopping it. Okay, Cancer, so the progress here is really fast. And it's a wand card. It's getting things done. It's coming away from those decisions. It's actually getting things done. But again, the energy of the Knight is quite impetuous. So if you're not ready to start getting things done yet, then don't worry about it, because you know, the cycle will come round again and there'll be time for it to happen again. See the symbol behind me on the blue and yellow flag there? That is the Karma Power Dream flag from Buddhism, and it's a bit like the yin yang. It's more ancient than the yin yang, as far as I know. But the yellow is kind of like sand, so it's like the world, and the blue is kind of like, well, it's that dark blue colour of clairvoyance, that lapis lazuli colour of clairvoyance, and it's about all, you know, the spiritual realms, the heavens, the stars, the sky at night, blending like night and day with the earth, all part of the same thing, and balance is so important. So Cancer, keep it balanced and don't let the Knight of Wands pull you off course. Another quick drink of tea. I'm making a longer video here because just recently the internet has started working a bit faster. I've been praying for that for about 13 years now, so that is great. Maybe I can make my kind of YouTube dreams come real. I really hope I can. Help me do that, by the way, please, by subscribing to this channel and hit the like button if you're enjoying this. Now, here we go for Cancer, for Leo now, the sign of Leo, and this is the Nine of Pentacles. We had a fabulous Leo lion for Cancer, but this, for Leo, is actually a Pentacles card. It's the Nine of Pentacles, and Alice is resplendent in her garden here. Now, this is Earth sign energy, really, so it's all about keeping it real. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, somewhere around you. Okay, Leo, really about keeping it real. It's so important to do that. Now, there are flowers growing everywhere, and as she's tried to grow this garden, which is an analogy for us trying to make our lives be kind of good in the way we want them to be good, she's had great success. But, you know, what happens if she's left someone important behind? Cutting the cord with people is quite important in making spiritual progress, but that cord will always grow back if you need it to grow back. Okay, so take a look into the past, Leo, and ask yourself, you know, have you left someone behind? Have you left some ideas behind that were really important to you? Are you just getting on with life now because it's good enough, maybe more than good enough? Well, maybe it could be better. So take that look behind you and see what you might have left behind. That's what the bird here is reminding Alice of. And also she's walking on a chessboard here, and in that deck, in this deck, that actually means that, you know, decisions have still got to be made. The game is still on. It's not over yet. Okay, so Leo, it is not over yet. Think about the past. Think about the future as well. You know, got to look forward. The past is always old news. But is there something in that old news in the past, some love, some light that you need to carry forward with you? Think about it, Leo. And, you know, keep on going in that sense of kind of making sure you've got everything with you. So Virgo, what have we got for Virgo? Seven of Wands. Okay, it's that magical number of 7, and we've got a crazy battle going on here. Now, this is about standing up for what you believe in. Again, the game is still going on in this card, Virgo, because we've got playing cards showing their faces, and in this deck, if the cards are turned away from you, there's nothing you can do about it. If you can see the cards, there is something you can do about it. But look closely. Some of the cards are showing their back, particularly the ones that are further away from Alice here. So that's an important consideration, Virgo. Some of this you don't know. You can only really make decisions based on what you do know. And the way this universe works, the way the whole laws of spirituality and everything to do with manifestation work, you can only really go with what you know, and you know what you know. The universe has made sure that you've got the information you need, okay? Because everything is kind of perfectly the way it's meant to be at any one moment. It might not be really good, but it's how it's meant to be. If things aren't good, it's because there's a lesson to learn. Now, this is a bit of a futile battle. It's kind of a bit of a pointless thing here. But nevertheless, Alice has got to stand up and fight it. So, Virgo, stand up for yourself as much as anything. That's a 1 card. Fire sign energy again, actually. Leo, Sagittarius and Aries somewhere around you. Virgo. Dear me, the cough is getting worse with me. I shall have to stop smoking. How many years have I been saying that for, eh? Gosh, if you've been watching me for a while, you'll have heard me saying that many times. If you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you. Thank you very much for looking in. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe and help me keep going on into the future. Okay, now we've got the Page of Swords for Libra. Okay, so sword energy for Libra. Librans always have that wonderful feeling of balance, and that is no bad thing. It's really good to be balanced in all things if you possibly can. But here we've got a sword saying that a decision has to be made, but nothing is written in letters of stone here because it's page energy, and the pages are very confident characters actually, but they'll always need a bit of help from you, a bit of input from you. So wherever this decision is taking you, Libra, you know, make sure that it's in keeping with what you want. That seems to be a theme from this reading, actually. We've got all the Halloween energy kind of hustling us and bustling us and trying to push us through. Really, really important to know where we actually want to go before we start going along with the flow of things. It's air sign energy, Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. So Libra, this one is actually very much air sign, very much about you and actually what you want to happen. The answers are blowing in the wind. It's a bit of a dark sky there, but there's plenty of blue in the sky. As my old grandmother used to say, she was a sailor's wife, and they had a very wise saying in my part of the world back in those days, that if there's enough blue in the sky to make a sailor a pair of trousers, everything's going to be all right. And there's enough blue in the sky to do that there. And that's kind of subjective, isn't it? You know, as we look at the sky, it's miles and miles wide what we can see. And so it's really a matter of kind of how, you know, how real are you keeping it? How philosophical are you willing to be? And that is actually a very real thing, to be a bit philosophical, because that's how we see beyond the restrictions of everyday life. So, Libra, Scorpio, it's the 6 of Swords. So we're into air sign energy again for you guys. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Those people around you, those influences in your birth chart. Check out that birth chart. Get me to do one if you want. I'm always happy to do them. But, you know, even if you just get a very basic one from an astrological website, check your birth chart. I'll say that to everyone. But really important in this card for Scorpio. Now, for Scorpio, very often the colours of the world are kind of black and white. It's a thing is either one thing or another. There's kind of no middle ground there. But I love this card. It comes up quite a lot in readings, and it's a very powerful message. Because look, here's the sheep lady who's sitting at the back of the boat, she's in charge of steering the boat, really. She's telling Alice which way to go and giving her advice. she can actually see that there's calm water ahead, but all Alice can see is the rough water, and look how there's real white water there. So if the journey of life is tossing you about and turning you all over the place, Scorpio, fear not, you're coming into smooth water. And just because things are one way now doesn't mean they're stuck that way. Doesn't mean they're going to get stuck if the wind changes, because whenever the wind changes, the wind will change back. And lots of stuff blowing in the wind in this set of readings. There really are. So Sagittarius now, and this is where I get one for me because I'm a Saggy, and it's the Ace of Swords. Swords keep on coming up. I suppose they would, because there's only 4 suits in the deck, so the swords are bound to keep coming up. But here we go. Ace of Swords, considerable alchemy in this. As the sword is being held out, there's a wand that's just kind of floating in the air and being generated there. The sword is firmly in someone's hand, but the wand is just floating. And so great things, Sagittarius, are going to come into being if you just make that decision, okay? I'm racking my brains now to see what decision I've got to make. Who knows? But I'll have to have a think about that, and I'll have to get that decision made because it's going to be important. Now, there's a lot of mist down here, and mist kind of obscures things, doesn't it? It makes it hard to know, where we're going. If physical mist when we're out wandering about in the world, really hard to know where we're going when things are misty. But the mist tends to gather because it's going to lift later on, and then the sun's going to come shining through. So whatever Sagittarius is kind of clouding, makes you feel that your judgment is clouded. Don't worry about it, okay? Because the mist is going to rise. Things are going to clear. The answers are going to become clear, and you'll be seeing the picture a lot more clearly soon. But still, go ahead and make that decision, okay? And then the magic wand is going to come in. And the border of this card is very purple. I'm particularly drawn to that, as I say, this for Sagittarius. So things are going to heal. And there's a fine blue sky there as well. So there's only 3 to do now. Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces. Here we go. And another drink of my favourite Earl Grey tea. I really love Earl Grey tea. They put orange oil in it. And I drink it without milk as well. I come from a long line of sailors. So, sailors couldn't take milk to sea with them. Although they could, but it would pretty well go bad within a couple of days. And then they couldn't get any more milk unless they had a cow, which most of the ships didn't have in those days. They had chickens and stuff to eat, but you don't get much milk out of a chicken. I know that from experience, I really do. So I drink black tea because that's kind of what my ancestors drank, and it's what I like, And whatever the tarot is telling us, it's always guidance for life that's going to get us in a position that we're going to like, we're going to be happier in. So, Capricorn, the card for you is the 4 of Pentacles. And Earth sign energy again, so very close to you, Capricorn, because that is all about Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. And the mouse is hiding in the teapot here. There are 3 pentacles on the teapot. 1, 2, 3. But this is the 4 of Pentacles, so where's the other one? There it is, on the biscuit. But someone has already had a bite of the biscuit. So, Capricorn, don't just hang on. Don't just kind of hide away. The mouse is certainly safe in there and is kind of sure of not being attacked or whatever, because she can just duck down into the teapot, kind of hide away, and everything's going to be much safer. But actually much more fun and much more progress in life if we just come out of that place of safety and run forward and get a bite of the biscuit. Because the other thing about the teapot is she can jump back in there if any trouble shows itself. So Capricorn, get out there and get your biscuit before somebody else does. It's important to do that. The world offers us all kinds of wonderful things, and it's so easy to ignore them because it's kind of safer to ignore them. But there we go. Aquarius, what have we for you, my friends? It is the Wheel of Fortune. And this is the first time we've had a major arcana card in this reading. So this is real important, Aquarius, okay? Wheel of Fortune, it's number 10. So we're looking at a sense of completion in numerology with this card. Looks like things have come full circle, and you're actually probably in quite a good place, but you might not know it because the Wheel of Fortune is still spinning. The fact is, though, that sooner or later you will actually be able to get off the Wheel of Fortune. Alice is chasing the hare here, and Or is it the white rabbit? Yes, it's the white rabbit because it's white and not grey like the hare. Alice is chasing the white rabbit here. She's probably never going to catch it though because every step she takes is spinning the wheel, and every step the rabbit takes is spinning the wheel. So it's a crazy, mad dance, and so life is going to be feeling quite jumbled up for you. We've got playing cards facing up all the way around here. In fact, I can only see 1, 2. There are 3, 4. 4 of the cards are facing away from us, but most of the cards are actually showing their faces. So you'll become aware very soon, if you're not aware already, of all the different aspects of this game that's going on and everything that it means to you, or everything that it could mean to you. Yeah, so keep on going, all right, because it might seem fruitless running on the wheel of fortune, but sooner or later you will actually get off, and there's a clock on the face of it here, so it's just a matter of time, Aquarius. Okay, and that brings us to Pisces, which is going to be the final card, because there's one card for each sign in this reading. I like to do it that way, you know. I tend to get more views if I do a pick a card reading and get people to pick a card. But I don't think I want to be, all about trying to get as many views as possible. I think things come much more naturally if we just do what comes naturally. You could take this as a 12-card reading for yourself. There's no reason why not. If you're drawn to these things, then you're drawn to them. So you don't have to be any of these star signs for those cards to mean something to you. Or, you could just kind of wait for your own sign. And we'll get to the sign of Capricorn now. Whoa, two came out. It's very tempting to just kind of put one of them away when 2 come out, but I don't know which one it's meant to be. So I guess we're actually meant to have 2 cards here. So we've got number 7 in the major arcana. This is the Chariot, and it's for the sign of Pisces. And this, the 6 of Wands, is also for the sign of Pisces. Now, the 6 of Wands, a great company of people, and this was the first one that fell out, so I'm going to take this as the main card. A great company of people. And this card reminds us that we're nothing without the people around us and without the influences, maybe the animals, maybe the things that go on in our lives. They're all around us for a reason. Okay, the Taoists say to everyone you meet in this life, everything that happens in this life is a significant part of your whole eternal life throughout all the different incarnations. So don't forget that. And don't forget the people, Aquarius, who helped you to get where you are now. Never forget that, okay? Now, it's one's energy, of course, so it's fire sign energy, Leo, Sagittarius and Aries. So Aquarius kind of, got to lose some of that airiness and actually get the fire burning of progress. And the way to do that is to gather your strengths, gather the people around you who matter to you most. And don't forget those people who may have passed out of your life for now. Don't forget their influence, because you met them for a reason, and whichever way they've influenced you is something that was actually meant to happen. Even if they influenced you in a negative way, you've learned from that, eh? So don't forget that. And the other side of it is number 7, the Chariot, and this is associated with the sign of Cancer. So even though this card is for Aquarius, think about the Cancer influence in your life. Where does Cancer come up in your birth chart? Get a birth chart from me if you like, or get one from one of the astrology websites. If you want one from me, 35and83@gmail.com. That's 35and83@gmail.com. And I'll be very happy to produce something like that for you. Now, Alice is trying to play a game of croquet here, but instead of a croquet equipment, she's got a hedgehog, which she's trying very hard not to step on, and she's got a flamingo, which is totally getting in the way, instead of a croquet stick or a bat or whatever. I don't know what they call the thing they use in croquet. It's like a hammer, isn't it, I suppose? It's a bit like polo. But somehow Alice is going to keep playing this game, because we can see in the background these people with the playing card kind of chests showing. So there's a game on. You probably aren't feeling very well equipped for it, Pisces, but Pisces, but you're going to get through it somehow. You really are, okay? Let your Piscean compassion guide you, and let you keep things kind of on an even keel in a way that suits you. Just take your time. That's the answer. You haven't got the best of equipment. But you can manifest that by doing your best. The universe will kind of join in with you and make things right with you and make things better for you. Okay, well, there we go. Time to wrap this one up. Thank you very much for joining me. Let's have some more tea. I like tea. And I've got a red cup because I'm doing this on Tuesday, and red is the pagan candle colour for Tuesday. I've got a red candle burning there somewhere. Very soon I will come back and do the next one in this series on witchcraft, Christianity, all the different religions and stuff. I'm looking forward to that, actually. But I can't rush those out. They take plenty of inspiration. And inspiration has been a theme in this reading as well, okay? So do try to kind of actually go with your own flow. Go with the flow of your own life and take notice of the inspiration wherever it comes in. On that note, thanks very much for watching. I'll say it again, thumbs up please if you've enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment please, guys. It helps the channel, and it helps me know who I'm doing these readings for. And it helps our spirit guides get kind of zoomed in and zoned in and zeroed in. That's the expression. I knew it began with a Z. It helps our spirit guides get zeroed in with each other. They know you watch my readings, and my guides that way get to know who we're doing the readings for, because I always work with spirit. I always work with the universe, and if you follow the advice in this reading, you'll be at one with your own kind of spiritual soul and your own spiritual journey. And that is so important, because as we come up to Halloween, as I say, the veil is getting thinner, you know. There's kind of a veil that cuts this world off from the spirit world, the spirit realms. But it's only a thin veil, really, and there are times in the year, and Halloween is perhaps the strongest one, where that veil gets very, very thin. We've got a full moon coming up on this Halloween as well, which is another time when the veil gets thin, so it's going to get even thinner because of that, and it's going to be an amazing one. Well, I will be back with more videos by then. But in the meantime, you know, have a great Halloween. Have a great run up to Halloween. Take notice of those wacky dreams that are coming up. Write them down. Lots of us are getting wacky dreams at the moment. And take all the advice that comes in from the divine realms. Thanks again, folks. I'll see you again very soon with either another reading or another installment. But, you know, I'll be here again because that's what I like to do. In the meantime, have a great time ahead. Peace.